The only one we're missing is ink, right?
Yeah. Who isn't even on Discord. I don't even know what is the range group meant to be on the walls ranged, yeah? Taking out their siege, right?
You don't need to be on the walls. Only siege should be on walls.
This is a defense, not an attack.
Yeah. You'll be with our casters most likely.
Right.
Again, just a reminder for everyone here that was here before the war.
If I muted this.
Make sure you get haste. Again, let's just quickly go over the groups. Groups 1 and 2 are set to be casters. Hyperbole, if you can look at the War Doc spreadsheet and just find a range to put in there.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Actually, I found a range. I'm putting it to you now.
To be able to talk.
So groups 1 and 2 are caster specific. So they'll be dealing with that. Groups 3 is range specific, so you'll be following Hyperbole. Ink's dropped out or something happened to him, so please be following Hyperbole. Hyperbole speaks, everyone knows what the voice sounds like.
Yo.
I'm speaking here, any casters, you'll be listening to me. Even if you're random casters that have been assigned to just a random group or filled in, you'll be listening to me. Groups 4 is tank, Tessivo speak.
Yeah, that's me.
So group 4 will be, we only want those tanks to be on point. Only group 4 is to be on point. Every other tank, stick to your group. Groups 5, 6, 7 are all melee, primarily...
Cash, when you join,
are primarily melee builds.
There's a thing that says request.
Just so we can... Sick Day, can you speak as well?
Hi.
So, Sick Day, so he's that guy is group 5. So if you hear group 5 or follow Sick Day, he'll be the leader of your group. So that's Bofa, Somatic, Radiator, and Obliteration to be following Sick Day. Daytana, that's the DID group. That's another melee group. They're group 6. Daytana will be leading it in their own Discord. They'll know what to do. And Daytana's also in here, so he might calm if his group needs help with anything. Willander speak. Willander, did you request to speak? If you click on the war channel, where this voice is down the bottom, there's buttons that appear, like exit quietly, like request to speak. By the way, only one person per group is requesting to speak, okay? Like any other people, don't bother requesting, just communicate to me via voice or something like that.
Cows needs to be able to speak though.
ISA 420 is stuck outside the fort. You might want to kick him and then re-invite him real quick.
There we go. Cows can speak now. He probably didn't even hit accept.
He's stuck outside.
No, he hit accept and it spawned him outside.
Group 2.
Got this wall you can't see through.
You definitely should have perms. Daytana has the same perms as you, Willander. So does X, yeah. You're requesting to speak, not trying to become the speaker. Anyone that's still having looping issues, you can look at the war roster, see anyone with the lieutenant role, message them. Don't message me, I'm Coden, I'm the guy who's speaking.
I think I need to be added back into the war.
You do?
Yeah.
What group were you in?
Your group.
Oh, you're in the second cast group.
Everybody that's in group 4, we will be switching between points pretty much wherever their main force is, that's where we're going to be. So if you buy haste potions, please do. They will be needed as we're going to be the main people on the point.
That screen that you're looking at, Willander, is not the screen. You need to actually click on the channel. The right side of your Discord will change view. It will show everyone in the channel. Then down the bottom, it will give you the button to request to speak.
Someone just left group 2. Now we've got a Covenant in the group.
Oh, where's Mundane?
Who left? Loaded back in my,
Wait, how did the Covenant
get back in? You need to get the Cutless.
I'm not on the enemy now. I know, I'm trying to. I have like 2 FPS.
Yeah, Coden, whoever said you couldn't join back, all you have to do is go back to the wallboard. Sign up again. Like, I just TP'd to the wallboard and signed up, and it let me sign up straight away, so there was no, like... I don't know if it was because I was already signed up before, but yeah.
Why have we got level 30 dudes?
So I get... Well, just replace them, find higher levels and then just replace them then. Again, make sure you're getting haste potions. Haste potions are key.
So, by the way.
Haste potions are key to try and getting back to the wall. On top of that, if you get lost and you're a healer, also stick to your own groups. Don't mass heals on point. Heal each of the players in your group. If you get lost, use your scroll wheel or mouse 3 button to ping on the map, and all your group members will be able to see. Say if you're lost, just say, "Hey, Bob, can you ping where you are?" And then click your mouse 3 Bob, and then everyone can see where the marker is through the entire map. Casters stay on the back line, range stay on our back line. Do not clump up together. Healers don't clump up together. If you see a melee flank coming on our behind, again rotate the opposite direction that they're going, and then all melee DPS, if there's any spare, engage any flanks. Right yeah, I'm at the center at the moment.
Looks like they're a decent force on B, so we'll get the tanks on there.
All caster groups stay on B, please.
Where's my group?
Looks like they're flanking for A though. If they do, we're more move over.
If you see Siege,
Let's push in.
Call your group when you're saying push in. Siege being set up, any range, make sure you're taking it out.
Yep.
If any of the melee backline groups, make sure you can get like siege barrels. If you're in their backline, plant siege barrels.
Let's get this guy.
We've got one siege on B.
my ping stopped working. There it is.
We've got 3 sieges on B.
Should I push it? Push it. Yeah!
Anyone that's on the wall on the
There we go.
again,
Took their shield engine.
Down any clumps or healers or casters if you see.
Good flank on their siege folks.
Casters I've rotated to the right
Siege
side
is
of
down.
B point. So groups 1 and 2, I'm over on the right.
Start rotating to their right side.
But they're not even connecting these points. Alright, tanks are going to move to C because they're starting to take C. Off your haste potions if you got them.
Why is there a clump?
Groups 1 and 2, I'm just rotating.
I'm overextended,
between
but I'll
C
just
to
try to harass
the
their
right
range.
One person on C, it's just one person back.
Alright, yeah. Let's keep it going on.
Yep, C is clear.
Headed back to B.
Oh, good. No, that was a pretty
Make
good
sure
push.
you call in Siege if you see it. Siege at B's up.
Where are they right now?
Right side.
Casters, actually, let's push past B, melee. If you can push past B towards
right
their
now.
door, let's start doing that.
Alright, where's my squad
There's a
out?
huge
My
clump
squad's
towards the
at
right side of their
C.
camp. Casters, I'm focusing the clump on the right side of their camp at the moment. Groups 1 and 2.
I'm just going to dance on point
Okay,
because
try
these guys are
to
horrible.
reconnect with my
I
squad.
don't know. They just come out there for it, really?
Yeah, any
Right
tanks?
side Siege active.
Any tanks in group 4, you can probably leave point. Let's
The
just
siege right
actually
now, run at the siege.
push towards their point.
Just come forward here.
It's literally just farming them at their door now. If someone checks C, who's that on C?
If there's any spare melee or other siege teams, check
There's
C.
one guy on Siege.
C's clear. Yeah, there's one guy,
just-
but
Get him off them.
Okay, CC stun him. Fuck him up.
no, leave it to the siege guy.
Make sure you call in their Siege if you see it
Nope,
up.
nope.
If anyone
just
sees
gonna be
clumps of
farming.
players as well,
Roach
just make
is
sure
going
you
deep.
see
Far right, the Gatling gun far right, let's push it. On the
Try to back him up.
See it.
Are you sure this isn't an attack? It feels like we're attacking.
Whoop.
Casters, I'm pushing
Okay,
the
heal
right
up,
side
heal
of the attacking camp. There's a huge clump there.
Yeah, they're trying to chase me.
Not hitting it.
Okay, make sure I got my shield
they're
up
about
during
to
that.
come out B gate. There's a bunch of them about to come out of B gate.
Yeah, let's back up.
I'm rotating back towards B, groups 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're ducking back and forth.
Can we actually enter their sword or no?
But you can look over
This
the
is
four
going a
walls. If
lot
you walk
better
up to
for
the
me
wall
than
and,
last time.
Look straight down at the floor, you can see where they
Arch
are.
is looking over the walls as well.
They come up A side, they're trying to come out.
So they're rotating to the left.
Yeah, range, watch left.
And make sure I'm healing up.
Any range people again see any clumps, shoot poison arrow, it applies weaken, we can kill them even faster.
I'm going a lot better than last time. Though to be fair, I'm getting
Any
backed
range
up
of
heaps.
casters,
Decent size of group at Seagate.
Hey, CC stun him. Fuck him up.
through B. There you go.
Okay, shield up, shield up, shield up. Yep. Okay.
I don't do this shit, but no one does.
Yeah, anyone on siege, come off the board.
We just want to keep him contained.
him back here.
I mean, we're still
Yeah,
hitting.
I don't
Oh,
Some of the
Good.
Peters can hit from
there's quite a few people
pushing
leaving
siege.
C door.
focus the casters if you can.
If you're on siege, branch out between like A, B, and C, so you can call if there's anyone on those points.
Yeah, he's going in.
Groups 1 and 2 casters,
Yep.
I'm rotating right side to their C gate.
Yeah, there's a few of them pushing out their C gate.
He was a little bit 30.
Trap their gates or
Yeah, if you're respawning anyone, get some fire traps and start laying them around, like towards their spawns.
This is embarrassing.
they've got level 20s in there, like everywhere.
If they're getting behind us, just let our siege team roam down the torpedoes.
Or else they're gonna get bored.
Still on there, right?
I think there's a couple prone in the grass next to C, by the way. His nameplate disappeared.
If you're
There's one left.
if they're proning into the bushes,
Those on
or
siege, if you can't find anything to shoot, grab ammo in between.
anyone proning in the bushes and you can't see them, scroll right out and point your view camera down forward. and
My
you'll
own
start
team's
seeing their
shooting at me.
nameplates back in the
Hey,
It's
Our
just
casters 1 and 2 will rotate
mission.
left.
Alright, where's my squad? There's T-Mac.
Any casters, pop your haste potion and rotate to A. Oh,
I think it looks like one dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, range to stay in like the middle near B, so we can just move around as we need.
Can they actually do
I
that?
think it's like the highest level Covenant player or the first level.
Yeah, they can take damage in there. That's actually a valid play.
Yeah, there's just we can just.
They don't even want to come out of their fort at
of
this
there.
point.
They like mass DC. What's going on? Where are they?
I don't think they want to play
They could be
the.
grouping to come in. Be careful.
Yeah, just
Just spamming it just in case one of them
Yeah,
comes in
same.
sight.
Coming outside.
Okay, our numbers are going to be low this fall, that's for sure.
4 in the row for the range guys so far as well.
Just make sure people are watching all the doors. A couple are leaving C gate now. Around a group of 8 of them.
There's a couple at A gate. Yeah.
Casters are on the left gate. Range, can you deal with the right
Okay.
gate? A
There's
gate?
one guy here farming. He's literally farming.
You're on the A gate. I'm over.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, a couple of them on the C gate already there.
Bye.
Should range on A.
Oh, they're putting all a bunch of Gatling guns
No,
back.
C is
they're
he's
about
dead.
to die all on it.
He's dead. There's no. Oh, there's a couple behind C.
Okay,
Running through the bushes on the right.
they're getting me with FAOE attacks. It's the smart thing to do. Keep the shield up.
Right, dude. He's pushing far right behind C. I'm not sure where he's going.
Just make sure there's groups on each of these doors. Just don't let them leave. Make sure all healers following your groups. Don't stack heals. Just heal the people in your group. My caster
I'm
group,
back at
group
B
1.
now. I'm just gonna
watching
get my
my
stuff
stage
at
at
this
the moment. I feel like they started doing less and less people actually do it.
Ooh.
He's going to fly a bunch of Inferno traps, I think.
Yeah, they
I
must be
got
stacking.
22 minutes of this.
Yeah, people are putting inferno traps in front of their doors.
Anyone that has
Can
nothing
you?
to do, just like, I don't know, farm.
This is dropping
Oh
out
dear
of
god.
A gate.
Can we
Oh,
take
yep.
those?
There's only a couple of them.
we let them come out the gates. I feel bad.
No, don't let them come out.
Wanna go farm some wood, boys?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
farming.
boys, war on.
Are these guys not coordinated at all?
There's around a group.
yeah, we
There's
can
around
see
8. There's around 8 people coming out A. If we can have people rotate.
No, it's realism.
Oh, this is horrible. Oh my,
Behind you, by the way. Hold this quickly, I'll
Can I keep the shield up?
Oh, I just see my bomb go off at me.
Oh, I need to heal.
There's a naked
I
guy
finally
dancing in front of our
died.
front gate.
I hope I'm getting.
Everyone gang up on him.
I kind of want to take my weapons off and just fist fight one of them.
Do we really have to do this for 20 minutes?
Yep.
Well, unless like all of them leave and they forfeit. I don't know if there's a forfeit mechanic.
Probably not. I mean, this game, it probably, like, if they all quit, it probably just gives them the win. I mean, this game.
I think they all need to quit because it only forfeits if no one shows up. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but even like then, like it would still sign people up automatically. Like if they were signed up, they would still get filled in.
Just go for it. We're cutting up.
I feel like we like maybe over prepared for something.
Oh, if you came out the C gate.
Let's go now.
Yeah.
Look at all these traps.
Groups 1 and 2 I'm rotating to the right side. Do you need help on right? Like towards C or no?
Nah.
He's actually got his kit off.
Yeah, the nameplates don't render at a long range.
I think I need to like spec into medial shower. That's the only way I'm gonna hit inside their base camp.
Yeah, look, these trees are in the way. I'm just gonna cut these trees down, I reckon.
I'm gonna get some bushes.
A few of them are coming out around the back.
I might just go for some kills, you know.
Yeah, a few too many of them are coming out around the back.
Oh, one's going for it. He's butt naked.
I'm playing Farm Simulator now.
Sorry, Kiwi, mate. You must be bored shitless down there.
Well, this is
Oh, that was a good shot with the cannon.
just need a couple more people to leave and then they start forfeiting. I'm just trying to. I don't.
They have two.
Fucking hell. I'm just diving in for kills. I don't really care about it now.
Kixelites hiring.
I mean, which Kiwi? Why?
Where are their siege, or are they already dead?
Only Kiwis.
Behind there, all the way at the back. They fucking put the miles back.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh dear God.
Okay, since this is too easy, I'll just start like giving more chips to people in the war.
Oh, they've gone back and they've set up artillery all the way at the back.
Hash couch. Oh fuck.
or Zatanna.
I got a couch.
So any of like I'm sure there's lots of companies or like smaller companies or the bigger companies in here. Particularly Quicks, and I'm sure DID or anyone else, Shipwreck.
Jesus Christ, we're just chasing kills
they're,
here.
like recruiting good people.
Here am I thinking I'm gonna have to hold the line and do all this technical shit.
Quicks in particular are after 5 to 10
Wait, can I mount their own gun?
melee DPS people at the moment.
No public access. That would have been fun. Right in front of their door.
This guy's lagging.
So if you're in any of those categories and not in a company, or if you're in like if you're in another company, you know, we do invite other companies in here, so we are prioritizing those sorts of melee DPS comps as extra. Caster in range isn't really a big thing for us at the moment.
Come on, I'm gonna 1v1 you, mate.
Caster groups because of their high DPS output. Maybe a couple of casters, maybe 1 or 2 in other teams if we really need
Siege
the
on the
build.
left.
We're only prioritizing around 1 range group. If you are running range, you want to be picked in wars. Essentially, I'm sure the other companies will agree, but Quicks in particular will only prioritize people who have bow and musket. Like if these are for the people that really want to run musket.
I had help for that.
If you are running musket, we'll only prioritize bow musket or fire staff musket. If you're running musket and a melee weapon, that's good for small scale PvP, but when it comes to
oh, level 50. Really Come on.
Like if you get flanked,
bring me this kill.
you know, you're not melee spec. You're not going to do anything with a hatchet or whatever else. If you're bow and musket, the bow
Chasing out
does a shit ton of
Dills.
AoE,
Oh, this could be one of my mates
damage,
actually.
and also applies weaken for the rest of the
Goes
team.
by the name
So
Dills.
when you finish, you know, battering them off siege weaponry, switch to your bow. Look for gravity wells or hammer
Probably
downs,
just going to turn around and own us
stunned
both
areas with groups of
because
people.
of his
You
high
shoot
level.
Poison bow, then you do your arrow down ability. It does a shit ton of damage. You'll be high up in the leaderboard. You're just running musket. You know,
It's pretty lame.
it's not great. You know, you're not. If you wanna be cool and chat and just wreck on and do huge DPS numbers and whatever, only musket is not the way.
The first war rank musket.
I
and the
see
second
this
war rank
happening.
musket are double my damage.
The idea agrees with pretty much everything you said.
Casters, I mean, we prioritize Ice Gauntlet and Firestar. Whatever you do, do not primarily use Ice Gauntlet for DPS. It is no. We're of the opinion, I mean, at least 50 people, that Ice Gauntlet is purely utility. Like, I personally use it as survivability. I run Entombed.
Ooh, I got downed.
I run Entombed. What's the other one? Ice Storm.
Come on,
Ice
Roach.
Shower. If you run Entombed, Ice Storm,
Yeah,
and Ice Shower, you
he
can
got
actually
one.
do the one-shot Ice Gauntlet combo. So when you get those overexcited melee people that want to gravity well on you, just stand still. They're going to keep running. Pop your Ice Shower and Ice Storm down on top of their gravity well. Let them get close. Go into Entombed. Now, a misconception with Entombed, there is an extra ability that you can do with it. It's the way you break out of it. It's got a left and right click. Right click just gets you out of it without using any mana, and you don't do anything. If you left click, it actually does an explosion, which does a huge amount of damage if you got the correct passives with your Ice Gauntlet. I can post builds later, but if you let them gravity well, Ice Shower, Ice Storm, Entombed, let them get near you.
I mainly use the
Ice Shower and
Entomb
Ice
just
Storm,
for the extra tanking
render.
ability.
There's a render
It's like using a
passive and
vulnerability to me.
weakness passive, so it starts removing all their resistances and armor. When you do the left click with Entomb, it explodes and nearly one-shots a melee person. So any casters, that's a big thing. Any quicks casters that are gonna hang around after the war, I'm happy to just like screen share the one-shotting combo for that.
Ooh, they came back out.
It's crazy. Use your Entombed, like, you only use Ice Gauntlet sparingly as well, like, you'll do most of your damage from Firestar. If you're wondering why you don't want to use Ice Storm placing it down all the time, I'm not sure if it's a bug, but there is a mechanic where if you switch away from your Ice Gauntlet with Ice Storm, it just instantly removes the Ice Storm, so, yeah, it's not too great. I'm not sure if that is a bug, but it's the only ability on Mage that I can see that does that, has that behavior.
You know what? I feel safe enough.
We don't
I'm
have
gonna
our
harvest.
range main person here, so.
Oh dear.
If you're tank,
But yeah,
to
we're
see
running
those
away
tank
from their
guys, usually
fortress
our,
to chase after this one guy. It's
point man
really a
on
problem.
all the capture points. He runs Tower Shield. If you're going full on tank and like holding the line against stuff, there is no other replacement for a shield except the Tower Shield. Now, it will specifically say Tower Shield if it is a Tower Shield. If you're using Kite, or whatever the other round shield is, that is not a Tower Shield. If you're going pure tank and you want to, like, Chad tank all the damage, you must be running Tower Shield and Sword. The Quicks will prioritize those people running that.
Got him!
Your secondary, Tasiva likes running, he's been trying the Ice Gauntlet out. For the survivability, since Entombed pretty much makes you invulnerable.
It's not just survivability. There's different builds of tanks.
These Dills
If you
again!
want to do damage and do grab rolls and stuff, help
As
out
long
with
as
that.
keep an eye on
If you want to just provide like AoE CC around you, then hammers like still decent. But I play more of a support tank build where the with the ice gauntlet, you can lower other people's defenses as well as hold the point if you like. You give people
Back him up.
slow them,
Back him up.
speed up your teammates. You can stun them with the ice gauntlet. You can lower their resistances, and then you have like a you have entombed, which is just like a full reset. It's just like really hard to die, and it supports like the other DPS that are damaging people as well because you're lowering the enemy's resistances with ice shower.
So if you are wanting to be like a tank on point on the capture point and holding it, and you're not going to be doing much else but tanking and playing a more support role. You know, you can message or hit up Tasivo for his build or anything like that. He runs Tower Shield Sword and Ice Gauntlet as a point capture tank. If you're a tank for like melee backline, generally melee backline doesn't have too many tanks, maybe one, or most of the time none. Like we're specifically spec'd into running those with pure melee DPS. If you want to be a tank, that's fine. I don't think any of the Quicks members here run tank backline flanking, so I can't recommend anyone. Yeah, you just want a sick day. What do you run? He's like our main
got him.
backline leader.
Run Hatchet Battle Axe for the most part.
So Hatchet Battle Axe. If you want to stop, we're thinking the meta for stopping huge melee zergs and preventing them or slowing them down to get on our casters. Another build would be Great Axe and Hammer. That would be more of a support. Role.
Someone got to A.
Person on A.
You won't be doing too much damage with that build. The reason why
Just blast them with the cannon earlier.
The Zerg is Great Axe and Hammer combined have the best crowd control for that type of engagement. Hammer can like stun people for multiple seconds. If you can like prevent and get our casters and ranged out safely, if you're a Hammer Great Axe user, that you know you're doing the job.
Let's go hunting. Let's go.
I will say, anyone that wants to play tank or a support role, you may not be showing up on the leaderboard, but you playing those roles is what makes everyone on the team win. So don't pay attention to the people like, oh, I'm on the top of the leaderboard. Like as we progress and get more experienced in the game, it's obvious that people are going to be at the top.
Come on, Jeff, play with me.
Top may be in positions that, you know, the stat system.
Mostly damage. Most of the damage that puts them up there. Damage and healing.
Heals.
Damages and heals.
Like if you're healing the tank group that's going to be on the point, obviously that healer is going to get way more heals than a healer that's following a
he's even got haste on the fucking little way.
So
it's not 100%. I got top heals before that I read.
Yeah, it's
he's
not
actually hitting me.
100%, but generally,
it's easier.
Yeah, generally, if you're healing the group that's probably going to be taking the most damage, you're most likely going to be doing a lot more healing.
He's just trying to get to work.
So yeah, don't be like discouraged about the leaderboard. There's like roles for everyone. And again, as everyone gets more experienced in wars, you know, people are just going to have those set roles. Their positions in the leaderboard probably won't be changing a lot, particularly if you're a support role. Like Hammer Great Axe, like if you're not doing much damage, but you're saving like the entire back line, you know, you're at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, I know exactly how the spear works, mate.
Spear Hammer's pretty good too.
Similar to like...
Why am I stuck?
People knocking the enemies off sieges, you don't get much damage, but it's really useful.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, shoot.
Not gonna lie, this is against yellow.
Against purple attack us, yeah.
Yeah, so,
with how hard they tried attacking, I thought that they would put up.
They really need scrim.
Oh, I'm about to get smacked here.
Yeah, the purple team actually...
Come on, I got this level 51 guy running.
I don't know how they plan to scrim.
This is it.
They probably mean just flag up for PvP, go to a zone and just fight each other.
Oh, can we? I don't even think we can do it.
How are you meant to scrim if you can't set up siege weapons? Like that's the whole, like siege is like a very vital component. Oh, another thing as well.
You trying to lead me to some traps? Are you
if you
trying to lead
wanna-
me to some traps?
Another priority thing that at least Quicks
Is
will
this
be
person
thinking
screaming?
for, and I definitely assume the other companies, is if you are experienced on Siege, knows how it will know how it works. I'll do a quick rundown after this of how it works, so everyone here knows. If you are
Alright,
interested.
fine.
But Siege is people that know how to use Siege. Are becoming very important. Like knowing when to use what types of cannons or what towers for what situations, or understanding or following the group and positioning the cannons properly so you get a good view of their back line, or if you've got a cannon and knocking them off the point. So Quicks on defense, we're thinking at around 1 to 2 1 to a maximum of 2 groups, possibly on Siege. Like the amount, like we've got max emplacement upgrades on our fort, and you can see the amount of turrets that can man. If you have like most of those turrets manned, they will just annihilate like
Good game.
points. A lot of those turrets, particularly on B is the most turrets that can see that can be seen from the fort. So yeah. We're thinking
Also
1 to
with
2 Siege teams.
A little tip trick with Siege, like if you're on Siege, make sure that you have your sword and shield out when you get on the Siege. You still get the stats from your shield when you're on it.
That's another good point. Anyone on Siege, we will be priority putting tank builds. If you're like, if you're spec'd completely into tank and survivability, the more time you can stay on your turrets and just keep hammering them and getting your damage up, or your siege damage, and killing people. You'll also, in each of the siege groups, there'll be a dedicated healer. So if you're that tanky that they can't even get you off the turret, while the healer's just constantly pumping heals into you, you know,
it might cost you a little bit of gold, but it'd be worth, like, if you're on the siege, like, just a respec. If you're not into full con, just go into full con. I preferably on a point, I prefer to mix mine with STR con, just so I actually do a little bit of damage as well. But if you're on a siege, yeah, you just don't want to get off it. So full con would be better, because there's no stat that like scales with the damage that you do with the siege anyway. So you may as well go full defense.
The so in the war, so you'll have the tank support sort of group that will be purely for the point, but we'll probably need 2 full teams of tanks, or up to 2 full teams of tanks for manning siege. I didn't. Some people want to have fun and get into like inside space, but generally, if you're playing the war smart, if you're just trying to get up in them and you're dying, you know, that's not efficient. Not an efficient use of your life. So not only that, but you can literally be manning a minigun, so and just satisfyingly killing healers and casters in range easily. So you know.
Be more satisfying if they were yellow.
Yeah, it would be. What else? Oh yeah, just a quick rundown on how Siege works. Defense. Obviously, all the Siege is set up on defense. You don't need to buy any of them. Now, Siege tends to take a lot of damage. If it's being focused, you'll see a little resupply thing in the fort. So next to the armory where you get your pots or your potions, the other shop there has little supplies that you can take up to the siege. You hold T on it and then you start repairing it, and you can mostly repair. As far as I'm aware, like I'm not sure if there's anything that can add damage or repair unless it's like if they're really focusing that siege weaponry. Now, if you're a siege team, a lot of these wars will eventually be based on team and coordination. So siege teams where, let's say the opposite team is full on pushing the point, we may have both, like, siege teams grouped up on one point. So if they're pushing C hard out, even though there's not as many turrets that can see, why would you see the point on C or A? You're wondering why we would dedicate those siege teams there? Is if you want nearly 100% uptime. You'll have the people on turrets manning them, getting the points, killing people. Once they're out of ammo, they get off the towers on the siege. Now Group 2's...
oh, that gives me fortified. That's nice.
To refill the ammo, they man the siege towers. They start getting the points. While they're still manning the siege towers and running out of ammo.
Yes, CC attacks is really strong.
Either buys more repair supplies or buys more ammo. By the time they're back up, they'll be at the cannons. Group 2 can hop off. They got points to buy more ammo and more repair supplies if needed. Group 1 hops on, continues shooting. Group 2 goes buys again, gets back, and gets ready to swap off again. So that's why we think 2 teams would be good for that.
Where?
Ooh. Nice, nice. He's defending
that's
nice.
Pretty much it.
See the cable behind.
Oh yes, yeah.
Anyone that's in here that's wanting to fight in another war, a quick war, we have another Rest of the Shore war coming up. So we'll definitely be
Push the healer. Push the healer.
If anyone's not familiar on how our process works on signing up for our wars, generally we get you to go up to new web setup, the channel above us.
I can't see shit. I can't see shit.
Called War Signer. The first little green dot point has a little form. I got 22,000 XP from upgrading.
I got 20,000 as well.
21k.
I'm so sad.
But yeah,
I got 16.
any new war that we run, go and you want to be with us, go to the New World setup, go to War Signer.
Looks like a good Azoth.
See the first green dot point, fill out the form. It's for every war. You don't do it once. You have to do it for like each new war because obviously there's new rosters for each. And the most important thing is make sure you know if we're attacking or defending and who we are attacking or defending. So in this case, if we're defending against Syndicate, the form will ask you, who are you attacking or defending? You would have selected defending, you would have chosen Syndicate. And you can look at our war roster in the spreadsheet and will automatically generate like war rosters and the builds from your form submission. It just makes it easier so we know like what groups are what, and then people that aren't the leaders but you still want to know what you're assigned to, you can go and have a look and be like, oh, I'm in the all melee DPS. You'll also see the group titles. It will include the name of the person captaining your team and also the role of the team. It may say like anti-backline or siege or casters or range or whatever. So it makes it incredibly easy to organize if people do it, and the form is really quick to fill out. I know you probably don't want to fill out a form. It's like, you know, that is shit. But it, like, for people organizing wars, it makes it so easy, particularly if we know what everyone's doing.
I only got 2.2k experience.
But yeah, thanks for showing up, everyone. All the other companies like Bopa, Daytona.
I don't think like nearly no one took damage.
All the DID, Rat Hood, and all the other companies. Sorry if I can't think of the names right now. We appreciate you defending Cutless keys.
That was a very boring war.
Yeah, it was very boring. So I thought it would be a bit more exciting than that, but I guess we were a bit...
At the end there, he's like, oh, we have a treaty. We're not trying. We don't have a treaty.
Did nobody making a treaty with that? They ain't fucking... None of them are useful.
Oh, we have a treaty. We're not trying. We just pushed you into war and then warjacked you.
Yeah. And then we pushed out at the start, lost, and then just stayed in fort.
Does anyone know what the queue time's like at the moment? If I restart my game. I see.
Oh, I got some sick boots off that fucking...
But how did you guys get 20k experience? I only got like 8k, what the fuck?
Yeah, I got like 8 as well.
Wait, you got 8? I got...
22K.
Oh, dude, I'm happy with 16.
I think it might be placement, actually.
Yeah, I only got like 8.8k. When I heard him say I got 20 and you were like, I got 16, I was like, what?
I don't think it is placement.
15k.
Because I literally... I was sitting in the main road, like just speaking for like 15 minutes straight, just like running around doing nothing.
Tanking... Wait, he can't speak. I was gonna say, what Elang did, what did Tanking get? Because he got higher than...
Yeah, he beat you.
I don't know what
He's
else
just a better healer.
Yeah, he's just too good, man. He just knew exactly where people would take him.
Hey, shout out to
Tanking
EJ.
can speak now. Yeah.
Gonna have to start going to twitch.tv/tanked for the most cracked healer.
Jordan, when you're setting up the wars, you gotta like disable the auto backfill thing.
We can't. It's locked on auto at the moment.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's really so. It's way buggier than beta. So the looping issue kicks people out, and then because we can't change it to manual, it automatically fills in people that we're trying to